You ever get so stoned that you... There you go. That you, that's all I have to say. It's awesome. Well, you probably can't relate to this, though. You ever get so stoned you pick the wrong kid up from daycare? Then when you get home, you realize you don't even have kids? So I was on a blind date last week with this girl, and I noticed she had only half of her makeup done, which I thought was strange. But what was really weird was that I noticed she had shaved her eyebrows and then drawn them back on. That's just fucked up. I mean, that's like me shaving my balls and then drawing just the perfect amount of pubes back on. I actually tried that tonight because I wanted to show everyone how it looked, but the marker dried up before I finished. Now I got this weird bald spot on my left nut. So this girl excused herself to go to the bathroom, and while she was in there, I ordered some drinks. And when she came back, she looked down at the drink and said, "I'm not drinking that. You probably put a roofie in it." And I was like, the nerve of this chick. She wasn't like roofie material. She was like a 4. 4's always put out. I mean, everybody knows 7 and above, you're getting roofied, you know? But she was like a 4. She could have been a 5, but it was March and she still had her Movember mustache growing. Hey. And now if her lip was that hairy, imagine what her delicate flower looked like. More like a wild Guatemalan jungle. I didn't roofie her drink. After seeing that mustache, I roofied my own. And that combined with the Viagra I took earlier on in the evening made for a fun night at home. Try that. Take a Viagra and then roofie yourself and see which one wins. It's like a race against time. You know, you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen, and you start thinking, hey, I wonder when this Viagra's gonna get... Yeah, you just pass out. The last time I did that to myself, I don't really know what happened. All I know is that when I woke up, I had a condom on. Remember, I was by myself. It gets even weirder. The condom was on my big toe. I'm starting to think I might have some kind of weird foot fetish. Kinda, yeah, I'm a little worried about that. So I don't masturbate. I'm sure a lot of you probably wanted to know that. I just can't do that. I'm just not attracted to myself. I guess I'm not my own type. I don't know. I've even gone as far as to, buy myself flowers, take myself out for dinner, put on some lingerie. But even after all that, I just can't do it, Guys, don't you hate when you take a girl out, dinner, drinks, movie, whatever, at the end of the date, she doesn't put out, and then you're driving home by yourself, and the only thing you can think is, shit, I should have just stayed home and rubbed one out to a rerun of the Golden Girls. Somebody's got a granny fetish in that corner. But I mean, ladies, you don't always have to put out if a guy takes you on a date, right? Like take, for instance, tonight. If a guy brought you down here to this wonderful pub, which reminds me of Reno, if he brought you down here and, you had some drinks and some delicious chicken wings and whatever, I mean, you don't got to sleep with a guy after a date like tonight, Maybe a hand job on the SkyTrain ride home for the guy who booed. But if I'm treating you to like a 5-star restaurant, the kind of restaurant has those cloth napkins and shit, I already got the condom on while we're eating dinner. And the more shit you order, the freakier the sex better be, Some dudes will get pissed off if a girl orders an appetizer, a main, and then dessert. Not me. I'm sitting there thinking, holy shit, 3 courses and a bottle of wine? I'm going to get the Gian Gameshi this chick. I knew someone on that side would get that joke. I had sex with this girl, and it was really weird. When it was over, she said to me, "What'd you think of that test drive?" As if I was buying a car. So I went with the theme. I said, well, there's a weird clunk coming from your rear end. You're leaking all sorts of fluids. And I found your gearbox to be very loose and sloppy. I think I'm going to go with something a little newer with less mileage. It was just strange because, she did have a bigger vagina and she was small. I mean, not small like Dateline Catch a Predator fucking small. I mean, she was short, But I couldn't tell if she was like a a really short regular person or like a tall midget. There's like a gray area there. You're not really sure. I mean, I was hoping it was the midget just so I can cross that shit off my bucket list. Someone else has got a midget fetish. But it was weird because she felt the need to defend the size of her vagina. And she said to me, well, you know, it changed once I had a kid. I was like, yeah, okay. But fuck, was he 15 when he came out? Was he in a canoe? I mean, it was so bad having sex with her. It was like, what? Oh, you all right over there, dude? Oh, they're playing. Oh, okay, sorry. Shuffleboard. Fuck me. All right. Okay. Sorry to interrupt the shuffleboard, dude. Give me $20 on the dude with the toque. All right. Now I screwed up and I don't know where I was. Anyways, having sex with this girl was so bad, it was like throwing a sausage into a swimming pool. Which is why the next time I had sex with her, I wore floaties because I can't fucking swim. Just before I go, I'm going to end on this. I went to the dollar store. Just be careful when you buy stuff at the dollar store. Make sure you actually read the packaging properly. I was at the dollar store last week and I was doing some shopping. And, you know, I saw the commercial for Touch of Grey. Do you guys know what that is? Anybody? I'm by my fucking self on this? All right. It's like a hair thing. You just touch up like little spots of your hair, right? Because I noticed I had some gray hair because it must be from all the stress of not knowing to do with all the money I make in these free comedy gigs. So I bought the package and I went home and I had like a couple of gray hairs I touched up and I went out that night and I ended up sucking 2 dicks that night, which usually doesn't happen usually. But I was kind of confused by that, so I went home and I just cried myself to sleep. And then when I got up in the morning, I was looking at the package, and it actually wasn't Touch of Grey, it was Touch of Gay. Woo! That's some potent shit. So I was like, I gotta take this back to the dollar store. This is crazy. So I go back to the dollar store. I'm like, dude, you know, I thought this was Touch of Grey. It's Touch of Gay, whatever. I sucked 2 dicks. Like, you can't be selling this shit. And the guy at the dollar store said, Touch of Grey, Touch of Gay, potato, whatever. If you think that shit is strong, don't try our homo milk. My name is Vince. Thanks for coming out.
That was Vince, everybody. Give it up for the man who doesn't like sloppy vaginas.